awesome tips and tricks that you need to know as a PUBG player, and I hope it will help you to get better at this game. Starting with the first tip, and the most requested one, how to spray down enemies in a moving vehicle. If your enemy is driving the vehicle towards you in a straight line, then it's really easy to take them down. But the problem begins when your enemy is driving the vehicle around you in a circular path, or in a horizontal path. Even if you shoot the vehicle perfectly, your bullets may not hit the player. So this tip will help you to hit a moving target in a vehicle. If your target is 100 meters away, then you need to aim at the front bumper of the vehicle. An example is shown in the screen. This method will work for all the vehicles, such as Dacia, buggy, motorbike, including boats. You just need to aim for the front bumpers. If there are no bumpers, just imagine as there is one. When your target is around 200 meters, you need to aim about 2 meters from the front bumper, and also you need to aim a bit upwards to fix the bullet drop, as shown. As the distance increases, you need to increase the gap between the front bumper according to the distance. You can actually practice this method with your friends in cheer park mode. Ask your friend to drive around randomly in a vehicle like this, and you just need to track the front bumper of the vehicle, example like this. And later on, start shooting while aiming on the front bumper of the vehicle. Try your best to maintain the aim on the front bumper. Here is the handcam part on how I track the vehicles. I use full gyro, so I totally depend on gyroscope for vehicle spraying, and this is how my hand like. Sometimes I might rotate my body in order to spray down the vehicle. If you're a non-gyroscope player, then it will be very difficult to track the moving vehicle. You need to drag with your thumb finger in a certain direction while also controlling recoil, which is pretty hard. This method will work perfectly fine with high bullet velocity weapons such as M4, SCAR-L, AUG, including snipers like AWM. For other weapons, work perfectly fine. Now to the tip number 2. Pre-firing. We talked about this in my previous videos, and I gave some examples, but now I will give you even more examples, and if you understand that you can pre your enemy's movements and pre-fire them. Here are a few pre-firing tricks in bootcamp that might help you, and I hope it will give you an idea on how you can pre-fire with these. If you see your opponent running in this way, you can simply pre-fire at the next like this. And similarly, when your opponent is running in this way, just aim for the next available window like this, and pre-fire, or manual fire. If you see that your opponent is running towards this way, then aim for any of these 3 windows. I would recommend second and third windows, and start pre-firing to surprise them. And even when your opponent is running to escape from you, you can still shoot them through the following windows. Example like this. I hope you understand this method. If you did understand, then you can do some crazy pre-fire that your opponent will never expect to surprise them. Here is a trick that might help you in bootcamp. The enemy is camping near stairs and waiting for you. Then just run back and follow to the place. Get on top of these boxes. Now you need to run and jump exactly at the edge, otherwise you will fail. Keep your hands empty in order to make this jump. And from here you can see and kill the enemy from the windows, or you can also get to the second floor in this way. Tip number 4. Always switch to first-person mode when jumping out from the windows. This is the third-person view. Your body will block most of your view. Person mode, you can clearly see the player. When we compare it side by side, you can notice the difference by yourself. In third-person mode, the character's body will block half of the view. And in first person, you can clearly see the player, so you can adjust your aim much easier. Many of you asked when to use FPP switch and how to take advantages of it. There are many situations it can be used, but here is an example on how you can take the advantage of FPP switch while playing in third-person mode. Here is a jump trick in Pachinki that will help you to surprise attack your enemies. You can perform this jump in any window. If the houses are close enough like this, sprint towards window. You will land directly on top of the window frame, giving you the ability to surprise your enemies. The moment you land on the window, you need to press crouch in order to enter inside. Sometimes your view will get blocked by wall. To fix this you need to switch to first-person perspective, so the wall won't block your view anymore. Here is a trick to confuse your enemy. If an enemy is coming towards you, just pretend like you're going to attack, but actually not. Just fall back to the cover, and your enemy will start pre-firing. So wait until your enemy runs out of bullets, and as soon as he reloads, it's your time to attack. You need to make sure that your enemy runs out, otherwise you will end up dying like this. Here is another example. This is one of my favorite strategy to trick the enemies. Expose yourself to your enemy, and then as soon as the enemy starts shooting at you, quickly and wait for your enemy to reload and attack. If your teammate got knocked while you're fighting with your opponents, and you wanted to revive, but most people would throw a smoke and run to revive, this is not a safe way to revive your teammate, it's risky. What I would recommend is to throw the smoke grenade at your enemy, and it will block their view. Then you can safely revive your teammate, but if you want to be extra safe, throw the smoke as well as at your enemy. This will give you extra safety. Here are some building names in Giorgio Pool City that might help you. There are 3 apartments here. They can be called as a left apartment, middle apartment and right apartment. Or you could call the apartment which is close to the gas station as gas station apartment, and the middle one is middle apartment, and the last apartment is farmhouse apartment. And behind the apartments you can see the 6 houses. They are actually called as backside 6 houses, which are the best place to loot in this city in my opinion. And you can call it as left 3 houses and right 3 houses. And in the front side of the apartment you will see another 6 houses. They are also called as 6 houses with 2 side by side. And for other houses you can call out with the color of the house and roof as well. For example, red green.